And I'm going to tie my work and reinforce at the same time. So you don't need to watch me do that. I will bring you back when we attach the next segment. So just do your segments. Till you get to your, finish your first super duos, and then I'll be back when I when it's time to add the second set of super duos. I'll be back. Okay, so now I have the first set on. I'm going to add my seed beads, go through my super duo. Now this one is where it gets tricky, because you want to make sure that you're putting them on in the correct direction. So now, because you have to add them to both. You have to add them to both of these pieces here. So what I do is I put the first one on, and then I'll go into this. I'm coming out of the second one. I'm going into that. There. This is your end. This is a side. Okay, it's going to look like that. See where that's coming out there? Now you're going to go with this seed bead here. Add your other 3 seed beads. Go through your super duo. And then go through this super duo. So that connects it to both pieces. See that? And go through this seed bead. Add your 3 seed beads. Someone got a delivery. Go through your next super duo. Add your last super duo. Go through this 4th seed bead there. And then if you're going to reinforce, you'll go all the way around. You'll tie your knots. If you're not going to reinforce, you're going to just tie your knots and cut your thread. So it's a little tricky, but it's really not too bad. You just have to remember that when you're putting the first one on, I'll show you when I'm done with this. Just have to remember when you're putting this one on to connect it to the green one. And when you're, no, I'm sorry, this one. When you're putting this one on, you're going to connect it to the purple one. Then when you're putting this one on, you're connecting it to the green and the purple. And that's really all there is to it. I'll show you again just so you don't have to rewind. So I'll be back when I get to the point where you're going to add them. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've added the first set of super duos, and then I added these two. So we want to attach our purple. Now, it could get tricky here. You just have to remember, here's your tail. This is the way you want your bracelet to face. So if you turn it, it's not going to work right. You know, you'll end up coming down this way. But I don't want that. I want it going this way. So just the first one always goes into that center of this. Or you could do this side, either one, as long as it gets on there. I've done it both ways, actually. It still works. And then... Nope. Yep. It's really easy. It isn't as complicated as it looks. And I think it's beautiful myself. That's why I had to make one. And then, like I said, once I made the one, I said, ooh, how about one for 4th of July? And then I said, ooh, how about one in my favorite color scheme lately? I'm going to call it the violet color scheme. All right. So that's the first one. And if you lay it down where this one is on top, you'll always, know where you are. Oh, wait a minute. Not yet. Not yet. All right. Now I can do that. All right. So I'll be back for the next one. And then after that, I'll show you how to put the clasp that I'm using on. I really didn't pay attention to what type of clasp the designer used. I just was really interested in making the bracelet, and I figured I was going to use buttons anyway. So, because for me, for my hands, buttons are pretty much the easiest thing to maneuver. Toggle clasps are okay, but if I have to use a regular clasp, it doesn't work. Does not work out too well. I would suggest watching her video anyway, because, it was her design. And that was GNC Craft. I don't think there's an S. I think it's just GNC Craft. She has a lot of other designs as well, but this one, I just fell in love with this one and wanted to make it. And a lot of people like the design, so, and like I said, sometimes for some people it's easier to hear what to do than to watch what to do. Like, I had to go back a couple of rewind a couple of times to get what she was doing, but it is easy. It's really easy. Alright, so let me get that next one ready to go, get added, and then we'll do the clasp after that. Uh-oh, I did it again, didn't I? I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I am here. Going to add my first super duo. Well, my second super duo, but the first one for this row. Then It's looking like it's gonna rain soon. Then I'm going to add my 3 seed beads, go through this super duo, pick up my bracelet and go through this super duo. Go through my seed bead here. Oops. Pick up my 3 seed beads and go through my super duo and go through that super duo. So I have my 3 seed beads on my thread. I'm going through that super duo and that super duo. See? Neat. And there you have it. I didn't cut this thread off yet. So that's that part. I think it's very easy. It's relaxing. I've been sitting on my couch making them because I don't think it's very complicated. Now, if you can see your thread, you can burn it off like this right here. Just take a lighter to it and melt it. Add my other super duo, and go up through there. Alright, so I'm going to finish reinforcing this and tying my knots, and I will be back to show you to do the one end of the clasp. The other end will be the exact same way, it'll just be a different part that you're adding. Or, well, actually it won't be the same way. If you're using buttons, you're going to make the loop out of seed beads, but I'll explain that when we get to that part. I'll be back. Okay, so hoping the bird will quiet down. So this is my tail, and I'm going to work my way up to this bead here. This one. Because I'm going to add my button. Ouch. So you would do the same thing on the other end, except you're going to add your loop instead of the button. So now that I'm there, I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads. Green super duo. I'm going to pick up another 5 seed beads. This bird sometimes. Sorry, I don't know what got it started. My button, which I think I'm going to use the purple one. Yes, I am. It's a plastic button. You can use plastic, you can use glass. This one is glass. I like the purple better, honestly. Add another 5 seed beads. Go through the second hole of that super duo. Add 3 more seed beads. And go into this bead here. This bead. Through the super duos. You want to work your way back around. Is that right? That's not feeling right to me. How did I do that? Oh, okay. You're not going through the super duo. You're just going through that bead. Just that one seed bead there. You're adding another seed bead. You're going back up this one. The one you started at, right here. And you're going to reinforce that. What you just put on. And you'll do the same thing at the other end, except it's about 23 beads. You know, you have to judge by what size button you're using for your loop. The average is about 23 beads for my size buttons, and they're about, let's see how big these are. About a ½ inch. So adjust it. Just make sure your button can get through your loop. I'm going to reinforce that like 3 times. Not 3 times, I'll reinforce it twice, but there'll be 3 threads going through it. I don't like when things break after I spent hours making them. And that's just how you do that. And you'll put the initial 3 seed beads on the other end, and then you will put on my beads went through my buttonhole. Well, 2 of them went through my buttonhole. Your super duo, and then you'll put on you'll add your 20-something beads and go back through your super duo and reinforce. And that's that. And then I'm gonna, once I get back down this way, I'm going to, actually I think I'm gonna tie a knot here before I go through those 3 seed beads there. I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna go through that. And then I'm gonna go down that way. No, I can go up through that one. So that's why you want 12 inches of tail, because you definitely want to reinforce. And it depends on which end you're doing. You know, normally I would do my button first. So that would be on the other end, normally. But it worked out this way, so I'm not worried about it. And that's that. So I hope this made it easier for you to make, because that was my goal. Because I thought it was really pretty. I thought it was a really pretty design. And easy. Time consuming, but easy. So thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it. hopefully I'll be back with something of my own to share. I just haven't been inspired about anything lately. So, you'll see what it looks like when it's done. You know, this is pretty much how it's going to look, but in these colors. So that's what I wanted to tell you. For my wrist, which is about a 7, you need 11 sets of side-by-side segments. So, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.